Ready? Got open, man. DJ Moore, end zone, touchdown, touchdown, Bears. I am. Jeff John Blitz is on down. He Goker. What was like playing for Coach Dicka? I don't want to answer any questions like that. Pressure coming. He's in big trouble down. He goes Mont Sweat. And I now Bears. Etc. Brought to you by Miller Lite with the voices of the Bears. Jeff Jontz and Tom there. Well, this is one of the best weeks on the NFL calendar when we situate in downtown Indianapolis for the annual NFL Scouting Combine with Super Bowl winning Bears guard Tom Th. I'm Jeff Jonak, episode 134 of the Bears. Etc. podcast is brought to you by Millerite NFL GMs, head coaches go through the media, car wash Tuesdays at the Combine, and on the back end of his interviews scheduled today, we will hear from Bears general manager Ryan Poles on this show. Lots of interesting stuff, Ben Johnson at the podium. And Tom, really, I want to start with Ben, because it's his real first introduction to the national media as the head coach of the Bears. I had not done anything since his introduction as the Bears head coach back in Chicago. I thought he handled himself terrifically, had great optimism, great insight, and he's got me real excited about 2025. How about you? Oh, you can feel the excitement. The excitement's out the roof. The energy is palpable. And then when you think about what the combine means to either a college football player going there for the first time or an NFL head coach going there for the first time, you got to be prepared because you don't know what direction the questions are going to come from, who they're going to come from, or what you're going to be asked about. And I think Ben was as prepared as any first time coach has ever been in my NFL lifetime. And I was excited to hear it because I don't want him thinking about answers. I don't want him trying to look for information that isn't realistic or isn't there. So I felt super confident about the decisions that Ryan Poles and his staff made by the hiring of Ben Johnson and his staff. I was listening to one of his old teammates, and I'm speaking to Ben Johnson in the coaching department, Aaron Glenn, the defensive coordinator, and Detroit, now head coach of the New York Jets, was asked about Ben Johnson. I called him very, very smart. You hear that constantly about him. Understands defense too and how to attack it. That's significant as the play caller, especially how to maneuver. And that goes with things like motion and how you can create your matchups, the out of structure stuff, the off schedule stuff. So that is going to be a very fun task to figure out how he's going to pull all this together to make it really interesting offensively for the Bears, and what he said about Caleb Williams, stripping everything by position, but also with Caleb stripping it down to the B wire again, down to the step, just stripping it down to the studs. And he's excited about what he can do off schedule. And those are the type of plays that I think encourage you a lot about the quarterback that you're going to start working with soon. And he kind of even made mention this is the first time that he has a quarterback with those types of qualities. And when you think of Ben Johnson, think about Ben Johnson, the offensive coordinator for the Detroit Lions. He probably knows the defensive personnel of the Chicago Bears better than he knows the offensive personnel of the Bears, but he's going to come in here and he's going to be the offensive coach, and he's going to have to learn about the offensive personnel of the Bears. And it's kind of an interesting perspective when you become a head coach of a divisional opponent because you spend so much time studying the infrastructure of your division, but you spend a lot of time studying the defensive personnel groupings. And now it's going to be interesting to see how he puts all the parts. And I'm glad that he brought up the fact that it's not about 5 offensive line linen, it can be 8 or 9. And that is the reality of short yardage and goal line offense and the different packages that we've seen out of Detroit over the last couple years. And we haven't seen a team get through the season with 5 offensive linemen in quite a while, and so you need assign a significant package of offensive linemen to make your offense run efficiently. The other part is because everybody has the assumption, and I've been down that road as well, that you have to hire, a bunch of new bodies to create this offensive line. He goes, one guy can change an offensive line. Now, I think that won't be the case here. I think you'll need more than that. But that's quite the statement too. You get one guy that makes everybody better. Um, do you agree with that? I do. Because if you bring that alpha in the building, because the alpha in the building isn't only on 17 weeks on game day, it's about what are you doing in the weight room? What attention to details are you paying?